Once again, a game from the Microids 12-in-1 bundle has decided to adapt a pre-existing text for their game. This time, however, the subject was not out of copyright, so obviously they had to be a little more careful than they usually are. As the title, and really everything about the game, suggests, this is an X-Files pastiche, with the player controlling a Mulderian secret agent tracking down evidence of a monster conspiracy. But what about the hidden object criterion? Oh, it's not terrible. Yes, many of the game's screens feature nonsense strewn on every visible surface with no thought to logic or gravity, but at least the developers managed to tie the items to the locations they appear in this time. Well, for the most part. A visit to a cabin features a bunch of random nonsense, and the less said about the game's Bermuda Triangle, the better. Also, I try not to be overly racially sensitive, but there's something a little uncomfortable about going to a screen set in Mexico and exclusively picking up pieces of ethnic clothing and foodstuffs. Kind of? It's actually a little difficult to judge. These are all 12-1 scenes, but the game tries to justify them a little by having the main character investigating crime scenes by picking up a bunch of skis. Like many of the other Endzone Studio Solilab games, this one asks players to stop by each location multiple times. But the second trips are well handled here, with locations staying cleaned up between visits and the game not wearing out its welcome by having an excessive number of locations. It's not fantastic. Each location involves one hidden object scene followed by a puzzle, usually jigsaws or sliding blocks, but none of it really manages to build to any kind of a satisfying overall narrative. The problem keeping the premise from really working is the episodic structure. The player goes to a computer, clicks on the next location, and is told about a mystery, but then never really attempts to solve it or reveal any details about what's going on. There's an attempt at an overall story tied together by alien symbols left at various locations, but the game neglects to make any connection between the individual cases. There's the barest fig leaf of a theory offered in one of the last lines in the game, but it's completely unsatisfying. What could a Sasquatch in Canada, a vampire in Romania, and the Thing from the movie The Thing possibly have to do with one another? The game certainly has no idea. In one of the most bizarre translation mishaps I've ever encountered, the game spends all of its running time calling flashlights torches, which wouldn't be strange, this being from Europe and all. But then, when I find myself in an Egyptian tomb looking for torches to set on fire, the game asks me to find flashlights. There isn't one, so no. With its relatively brisk running time and good variety of scenes, FBI Paranormal Case is a bright spot in the pack, but I was still disappointed by its inability to pull together all of its plot threads in a way that made any kind of sense. I understand the developers just wanted to throw a bunch of archetypical monsters together because they're all perennially popular, but they should have put in the work to make this game work as a story rather than just a series of scenes. I did, however, love the game's take on a Tiger handheld game. This is the first time I haven't hated one of their tap-to-shoot minigames, and in fact, I was kind of delighted by its presence. FBI Paranormal Case is available as part of the Microids 12-in-1 Hidden Object Pack. This review is based on a copy of the game purchased with my own money. If you'd like to watch the playthrough that led to this review, just click on the rectangle that allows you to do that. You can find other Hidden Object game reviews elsewhere on this playlist. Au revoir.